Please switch on your videos. So, Mandal, what was your topic which I gave you yesterday? So, Mandal. Hello. Manoj, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, Mandal. Talina, please switch on your video. Please switch on your videos. We will just start. Manoj. Okay. Shubham and Sandeep and Son are missing. Okay, we will just start. And the procedure will be the same. I'll show you a slide. You have to select one topic. I'll give you 3 minutes to prepare. After 3 minutes, I'll ask you to start speaking. After 2.5 minutes, I'll time. And then after 3 minutes, I will say stop. You know what has to be done. So are you all ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Mandal, what was the topic given to you? Okay, Anuraya, chest number 1. Please be ready.
Yes, sir.
Can you see the slides? Chest number 1.
Yes, sir.
Okay, please select one topic out of these 4.
Say Uniform Civil Code.
Okay, 3 minutes have started. After 3 minutes, I'll ask you to start. Please prepare yourself for 3 minutes. And all others, please pay attention when chest number 1 speaks. I may ask you to comment on that. Okay, start.
Respected GTO sir and all my dear friends, good evening to everyone. Today the topic of my speech is Uniform Civil Code. Uniform Civil Code, which is present in Part 4 of the Constitution under Directive Principle of State Policy. Article 44 of the Constitution of India states that every individual shall endeavor with uniform civil code throughout the country of India. But there is no proper document for uniform civil code. As the framers of our Constitution have stated that the uniform civil code will be different from personal law or religious law in matters like marriage, divorce, and adoption. Whereas one of the framers of the Constitution, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, stated that Uniform Civil Code should not be implemented at once, whereas it should be implemented voluntary. But one of the members of the Constituent Assembly, Naziruddin Ahmad, who said that Uniform Civil Code should be added in the fundamental rights under right to religion. But K.M. Munshi rejected the notion by telling that Uniform Civil Code, if added in fundamental rights, would violate the rules of fundamental right, as the Constitution of India has given the power to the government to do changes in the activities regarding secular activities. There were various cases regarding the Uniform Civil Code. As the first case was the SAHIL case of 1985, where the Chief Justice of India observed that Uniform Civil Code will help in national integration. So it advised the government to form a Uniform Civil Code. There were various other cases such as the Shah case, whereas the Jonathan versus Union of India cases. In all such cases, the Supreme Court advised the government to make a common law or the uniform law. Seeing all this, the government of India set up a law commission and asked for its report. The law commission gave the report saying that uniform civil code is not necessary now, whereas rather than there should be change in the religious law in matters like marriage, whereas women discrimination, and wherever required. Now, talking about some of the benefits of the Uniform Civil Code, I would like to mention the first, that it will help in uplifting the vulnerable section of the society, including women as well as the minorities. Second, it will help in national integration. The third, it will help in equality of social justice in the family. The fourth, it will help in strengthening the fabric of social fabric in the country. To conclude, I want to say that as the motive of the Uniform Civil Code is to bring uniformity in the law, rather than creating a fault line in the name of Uniform Civil Code. So the government should imply the Uniform Civil Code perfectly. Thank you.
Okay. The point for you is that you spoke very well. Your preparation was very good. Your thought content was good. Your delivery was good. Your posture, eye contact, everything was good. But I have got 2 points to make. First point is that you had taken too much time on the background of the problem or the background of the topic. you had mentioned about advantages and disadvantages. You should have mentioned what is the present status of Uniform Code and what is your opinion about the Uniform Civil Code. So the second part, that was the main body, should have more material, and in the end, before concluding, you should have included your point of view, that what is the present status of Uniform Civil Code, which all states are trying to bring Uniform Civil Code, and what do you feel about the Uniform Civil Code. You should have given your opinion also about the Uniform Civil Code. Is it correct?
Yes.
Have you understood?
Yes.
So to all other speakers also, you should have a background to the topic, you should have the present scenario of the topic, and then you must tell about the future and your point of view also. Please keep this thing in mind. Now we move on to the second speaker, that is chest number 2, Ankit. I'll show you a slide and you will tell me which topic you will speak on. And I want you all to speak the way you will speak during SSB, because this lecturate is very, very important for SSB, and you as a future army officers, you have to speak in a forceful manner, so that because you will be speaking most of the time to your troops. So when you speak to your troops, you have to be more forceful and more effective. Just remember those things. Ankit, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Should I show you this slide?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Test number 2, global warming, reservation policy and challenges, pollution problem of Delhi and Quad. On which topic will you speak?
Uh, Quad, sir.
On Quad, okay. 3
Yes,
minutes,
sir.
please prepare yourself. As you all know, and you can tell your friends also, that the AFCAT notification has been issued, and the AFCAT classes for Adda 247 will start from 20th December. So all those friends of yours who are interested to take the written classes, as well as it will also cover the SSB aspect, which I'll be covering. So inform your friends accordingly. Please note down the points for the other speakers. I will ask you to comment on that. Start.
Respected GTO and my friends, today I am here to speak on topic Quad. The quadrilateral security damage, commonly known as the Quad, it is a strategic security dialogue between India, USA, Australia, and Japan that is maintained by talks between member citizens. One of prime objectives of Quad is work for a free and open Indo-Pacific region. Some other objectives are combating COVID-19, addressing the risk of climate change, creating an ecosystem for investment, for free investment in the region. Quad's headquarters is situated in Susac, USA. The idea of Quad was first mooted by Japan Prime Minister Sanjo Abe in 2007. But however, the Australia cannot get it to join it because of China's pressure. In December 2012, Sanjo Abe again floated the idea of joining it, but that time India, Australia, Japan, and USA agreed to safeguard the maritime commons from Indian Ocean to Western Pacific. Finally, in 2017, all the countries are giving final say to that idea of Quad and try its main motive for to secure the main route of sea route of Indo-Pacific Sea Route. Quad Summit 2022 is hosted in Tokyo. Prime Minister Biden of USA, Prime Minister Anthony of Australia, Prime Minister Narendra Modi of India, and Prime Minister Kishida of Japan will advise the Quad's uh, ad- ambitions and agendas, including through a major new innovation to promote marine domain awareness across the Indo-Pacific region. In next summit of Quad is held in 2023. I like to conclude at last they should focus more on coordination and cooperation in provision of disaster relief. Quad is not an alliance but a progressive diplomatic bond and responses to China action and building the capacity to counterattack jointly when the need arises. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Chest number two. Your preparation was good, but your delivery was slightly fast. Please have audible pause when you speak. जब भी आप बोलते हैं तो उसको थोड़ा थोड़ा पॉज देके बोलना है. एक के बाद अगर आप इस तरीके से बोलते रहोगे तो ये बड़ा मोनोटोनस हो जाता है, बड़ा बोरिंग हो जाता है. तो उसके अंदर आपको ध्यान रखना है पिच का भी, वॉल्यूम का भी, कहाँ पे रुकना है, कहाँ पे नहीं रुकना, ताकि जो दूसरे आदमी सुनने वाले हैं they can understand what you are saying. Don't keep on speaking without any pauses. There should be pauses which are known as audible pause. एकदम लगातार नहीं बोलते रहना है. आप बोले अच्छा था, लेकिन इसको थोड़ा सा आराम से तसल्ली से बोलोगे तो और अच्छा लगेगा. अंडरस्टूड?
Okay, sir.
Okay, good. Now the next is chest number 3, Manoj. Manoj, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Test number 3, the topics for you are Niti Aayog, problem of corruption in India, Indo-Russian relation, and growing irrelevance of the United Nations and restructuring. Which topic would you like to speak?
This isn't the slide.
Sorry?
This isn't the slide.
You can't see the slide?
Sir, I will write in the chat box.
Okay, right. Okay, so there is some confusion regarding this slide. Okay, out of these, we will remove the Indo-Russian relation. You speak on Indo-Bhutan relation. Is it okay?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. 3 minutes are given to you. Start. Preparation time 3 minutes. In the meantime, anybody has got any questions would like to ask me? Start.
Good evening, respected GTO and my dear friends. Today, I am going to talk on Indo and Bhutan relations. Indo and Bhutan relations have been traditionally both special both the countries relations. Now, India and is the two countries which are neighboring each other. India is the leading
There is some connection problem. Okay, Talina, you be ready. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We'll wait for some time in case Manoj does not come up. Then you can start off. I'll show you your slide. Manoj? Can you hear me?
Am I audible, sir?
Yeah, you are audible now. Please start
So,
again.
okay, sir. Good evening, respected GTO and my dear friends. Today, I am going to talk on Indo and Bhutan relations. India, Republic of India, and the Himalayan Kingdom of Bhutan have the special relations, both the countries, and they are close to each other. Now, India is the leading trade partner of Bhutan, and Bhutan also the leading beneficiary as the India's foreign aid. Now, in August 9, 1949, India and Bhutan have signed a treaty of friendship calling for peace between both the nations and a non-interference of internal affairs of each other. However, Bhutan has led India to guide its foreign policy and both the countries would consult each other. Now, as I earlier mentioned, India is the leading trade partner of Bhutan. In the year 2020, there was a record growth of around $94 billion Nugaltram, which included the electricity cost also, which accounted for 82% of the Bhutan's external trade. Now, the first formal trade agreement on trade and commerce was made in the year 1972. This agreement has been revised already 5 times. It was recently revised in the year 2016, which is till valid till 2026 now. India is a very good friend of Bhutan and have been giving most of the financial aid also to Bhutan. Now, if I talk about the military relations, India has given a 2000 Indian military team permanently in the western Bhutan, which trains the Bhutanese army. Now, as Bhutan is a landlocked country, it does not have any navy and doesn't it also does not have any air force. Now, as there is no air force, so it is provided the protection by Eastern Command of the Indian Air Force. Now, to conclude, I would like to say that India and Bhutan are the most countries are the two countries which are together moving forward in the relations of bilateral, and they have been together since 1950. So both the countries are together and they are now getting more and more opportunities, and India is also helping Bhutan to get the seat in UN also. Thank you.
You have finished in 2 minutes and 27 seconds. You have not completed the time. You should have planned your topic in such a way that you complete in 3 minutes.
Yes,
So
sir.
there, I think there was some problem in the delivery as well as in the thought content. So you must give the complete you weightage to the what you have talked about basically about the military this thing. You should give talk to other things in how Indo-Bhutan relationship is affecting Bhutan relations with other countries. Like China is also trying to come closer to Bhutan. What is India doing to make sure that the China does not get closer to Bhutan? So you should have covered those points also.
Yes,
Okay?
sir.
Okay. Now we will move on to Talina. Your chest number 6. Is it right?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. Just wait. Your topics are Digital India, Poverty in India, Indo-US relation, G20 and India's challenges. Which one would you like to speak?
Sir, this is not the correct slide.
What was the topic given to you?
So it
Hello?
was, yes, sir.
Yeah. What was the topic?
Sir, it was artificial intelligence and global terrorism.
Okay, speak on artificial intelligence. 3
Okay,
minutes
sir.
given to you. Start.
Respected GTO and my dear friends, to speak on the topic artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence or AI, this must seem a very similar word that we hear day to day today. Artificial intelligence is the simulation of human by machines or computer systems. We are seeing it everywhere around us. The ability of a computer or a computer controlled robot to perform tasks related with intelligent beings. The development of digital computers that took place in the 1940s is now seen carrying out several complex tasks also. We can take the example of playing chess or proving mathematical theorems. We are typing some problems in our phone and it gives us the solution right away. This is the most common example of artificial intelligence. Despite this advancement, there is no programs that can match the human flexibility. Some programs have attained the performance of levels of human experts and professionals for specific tasks so that AI, in this limited sense, is found in medical diagnosis, computer search engines, and voice or face recognition. We can take the example of face and fingerprint recognition that is found in our mobile phones nowadays. Simplest human behavior is intelligence. It is not a single trait, but it is a collective trait or combination of many diverse abilities. There are three main types of artificial intelligence. First is the weak artificial intelligence. That artificial intelligence is specified in single task. It focuses on a single task and it carries out that single task only. Then comes the strong artificial intelligence. Strong artificial intelligence can understand and learn any task that a human mind can. Then comes the super artificial intelligence. Still, India is trying its best in development in the field of super artificial intelligence. Super artificial intelligence is known to surpass even human intelligence. There are several advantages and disadvantages of using artificial intelligence in our day to day lives. Reduction of error is seen as a major advantage of using artificial intelligence. Zero risk of bomb defusing and exploring very deepest part of the oceans, which are not possible by human limits. These are being achieved by the use of artificial intelligence nowadays. 24/7 availability, as no human mind and physical strength is required in
Time.
artificial intelligence, 24/7 it is available to everyone. There are certain disadvantages also. It costs very high amount of money to process these artificial intelligence in our day-to-day lives. As we have seen, many hotel staffs are being replaced by the robots which are helping people to get into their tables and serving food. There is no improvement in the process of the work by these artificial intelligence robots or computer machines. As a conclusion, I would like to say that
Stop.
although there are both pros and cons, we should make sure that the use of artificial intelligence must not get out of our hand. Thank you.
Well prepared, well thought contents, and delivery was also good. Now I would like to cover few points. Some of these points are applicable to you, some may not be applicable, but they are relevant to all of you when you go for the SSB. Firstly, as I told you earlier, the main reason why lecturate is part of the assessment during the SSB is that you all are going to become officers in the armed forces. And as an officer, you have to lead your troops. And to lead your troops, you have to give them the task, and you have to speak to them not one to one, but in a group. So this assessment is basically to see whether you are able to convey what you want to convey to the listeners. That is your troops. So it is your power of expression which is checked. It is checked, your courage is checked, whether you can speak under stress. Then it is how you establish a rapport with your troops. So it is very, very important part of the assessment. And another thing which you must always remember is that this is group task. There are only two tasks which are individual tasks. One is the lecturate and second is the individual obstacle race. Now since it is an indoor test and it is an individual test, आप लोगों को इस चीज का ध्यान रखना है, because at this point of time the complete focus of GTO will be on you when you will be speaking. So if you do well in lecturate, then it will be presumed by the GTO that you are well in all other tests also. So that is why I so much emphasis on this lecturate part, so that you are able to speak without even preparation. Why 3 minutes are given is it is difficult to prepare in 3 minutes, but during war, at the spur of the moment, you will be asked to speak to your troops. So that is why you must practice that within 3 minutes, I must recollect thoughts. मुझे क्या बोलना है वो अपने दिमाग में बिठाना है और फिर उसको लॉजिकल तरीके से बोलना. So that is why it is very, very important test in the SSB. Now points which are related to the lecturate itself. First is that whatever ideas you want to give, they must come logically and systematically. Logically and systematically का मतलब ये है कि जो भी चीज आप जिसके बारे में बात कर रहे हैं उसके बारे में थोड़ा आप ब्रीफ में पहले उसका बैकग्राउंड बताइए. What is the background? नंबर 2, आपको बताना है what is the present situation, अभी क्या है, what is the current situation as regard that topic is concerned. And number 3 is what is the future as regard that topic is concerned. And when you talk about future, you must give your opinion also. Because your background, your current situation, future, you can get it from the books. But your opinion is very, very important to understand for the GTO, that whether you are using your mind also or whether you are just reading from somewhere and just bringing out the same thing again. So that is very, very important. Number 2 is the speed. You must maintain a speed in such a manner that whatever you speak is understood by the listener. Number 3 is volume. Your volume should be slightly higher than what you normally speak. जिस वॉल्यूम पे आप बोलते हो, जितनी ऊंची आवाज से नॉर्मल में, उससे थोड़ा सा ऊंचा होके बोलना. Because you are speaking to your troops. आप उनको, you must have the power of influencing your listeners. So that power will only come when you speak slightly loudly. It will become very, very effective. Then there should be audible pauses. Like when you write, you don't write continuously. You have full stop, you have comma, you have a semicolon, you have other the punctuation marks. So please speak also accordingly. Your pitch, your pause, your emphasis on words, something which is very, very important, उसके ऊपर आपने जोर दे के बोलना. बिकॉज अगर जो चीज इंपॉर्टेंट है उसके ऊपर जोर दे के बोलोगे तो सुनने वाले को वो एकदम स्ट्राइक करती है. Then as regard the body language is concerned, your posture, whether standing or you're sitting, your posture should be totally erect, straight. Your shoulders should be back, your head should look up. And you should maintain eye contact with your listeners. And eye contact is very, very important. Don't look left, right, up, down. Don't fidget. हिलना नहीं है, पैरों को नहीं हिलाना है, हाथों को नहीं हिलाना है. If you want to use your hands as a gesture, you can use, but stay in a limited space. Next is when you start, the introduction must be interested. Now, how can you make your introduction interested? Is either by giving some quotation of some famous person, or you can give some fact which is eye opener to the listeners. Because जब आप कोई चीज कोटेशन दोगे या कोई ऐसी चीज बताओगे जो कि लोगों को नहीं पता है, तो उसको सुनने के बाद लिसनर्स का इंटरेस्ट और बढ़ जाएगा आपकी आवाज को या आपकी जो आप बताना चाहते हो उसको सुनने के लिए. सो दीज वर द फ्यू पॉइंट्स which I wanted to tell you. If you have got any questions, because today is the last day of Lecturate. From tomorrow, we will start with a fresh topic. So for last 3 days, last 3 sessions we had on Lecturate, if there are any questions, please let me know. I will answer those questions. Any questions? Talina?
No, sir.
Manoj? Anurag?
So if the topic is like the relations between two countries, then how should we
Yeah.
give our opinion in that?
You can give your opinion is that how can you, because if relationships between the two countries, it is very important, the relation should be very cordial. We should not have a hostile relation. So when you are giving a relation between the two countries, you must give your opinion that how the relation can be improved by both the countries. For example, I'll tell you, if it is like your topic was Indo-Bhutan, so your this thing should be that India and Bhutan, they share a common border, firstly. In Bhutan is a landlocked country, which is a very small country, and it is a small kingdom. There is a king there. It depends on number of things on India, and we also depend on him because of two reasons. Firstly, we have to keep him away from the China's influence. So we must give ideas that how can we make sure that Bhutan always stay pro-India and not against India, because if Bhutan goes against India, like most of the time Nepal is going against India, then we will have hostile neighbor, and we don't want that. We already have two hostile neighbor in terms of Pakistan and China. We don't want any more hostile neighbor to us. So that you must give out your opinion.
Okay,
Understood?
sir.
Yeah. Any other question? Ankit, any question?
No, sir.
Okay. So here we come to the end of today's this thing. Class. Tomorrow, same time, 5 o'clock, we'll start off again. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Jai Hind.
Yes, sir.